Donald Trump's team distances itself from remarks by Republican strategists that restoring lost Ukrainian territory isn't a priority. The Dutch Prime Minister cancels a trip to the COP29 climate summit to deal with the fallout from assaults on Israeli football fans. Thousands of people protest in 2 cities in Portugal to demand higher wages and better pensions. Friends and family hold a vigil for a 31-year-old American tourist who was killed while on holiday in Budapest. Donald Trump's team has dismissed remarks by Republican strategists that the new administration's plan to end the war in Ukraine is about peace and not territory. In an interview with the BBC, Brian Lanza claimed that the incoming Trump government didn't see restoring lost territory as a priority. But a spokesperson for the president-elect said Lanza didn't speak for Trump. On the campaign trail, Trump claimed he could end the war in Ukraine within a day without explaining how. But he also hasn't ruled out the possibility that Kyiv may have to cede territory to Moscow to bring about an end to the war. Russia seized the Crimean Peninsula in 2024 and in 2022 annexed 4 areas of Ukraine without ever maintaining full control over any of them. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly said the full withdrawal of Russia's forces and the return of all territory is a must if peace is to be established. Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof has cancelled a trip to the COP29 climate talks in Azerbaijan to deal with the fallout from assaults on Israeli football fans. Schoof said the government would discuss the violence on Monday and he would hold talks on tackling anti-Semitism on Tuesday. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar arrived in the Netherlands on Friday and offered Israel's help in the police investigation. Schoof said he told Saar that the Dutch government is doing everything it can to ensure that the Jewish community in our country feels safe. Violence broke out in Amsterdam on Thursday night after a football match between Ajax and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Video showed a large crowd of Israeli fans chanting anti-Arab slogans on their way to the game. Gangs of youths then conducted what Amsterdam's mayor called hit-and-run attacks on fans apparently inspired by calls on social media to target Jewish people. Thousands of people have protested in 2 cities in Portugal to demand higher wages and pensions. The protests were called by the General Confederation of the Portuguese Workers, the country's largest federation of trade unions. The CGTP said that day-to-day difficulties faced by workers stem from political decisions and highlighted unaffordable housing and limited access to health care as key concerns.
Tenho curso superior, eu pensava que ia ser algo diferente, que nos iam oferecer mais condições, mais oportunidades e infelizmente não foi essa a situação. Pronto, e aqui estaremos para tentar lutar por algo mais e por algo.
Currently, workers in Portugal get a minimum wage of €820 a month. The government has proposed raising the minimum wage by €50 a year until 2028, increasing it to over €1,000. A 31-year-old American tourist has been killed while on holiday in Budapest. Mackenzie Michalski from Portland, Oregon, was reported missing on the 5th of November after last being seen at a nightclub in the Hungarian capital. Police launched a missing persons investigation and reviewed security footage from local nightclubs. They saw Michalski with a man later identified as the suspect in several of the clubs the night of her disappearance. Police detained the man, a 37-year-old Irish citizen, on the 7th of November. He later confessed to the killing but said it had been an accident. The man is currently in custody, with authorities initiating formal charges against him for murder. Budapest Metropolitan Police say the investigation into Michalski's death is ongoing.